One image shows an unidentified woman sitting directly on his lap hand image that immediately reignited controversy. The moment it resurfaced, through a spokesperson, Bill Clinton has flatly denied any wrongdoing connected to the photo. "I don't hate Bill Clinton. When I actually like Bill Clinton," one voice says. "I've always gotten along with him. I've been good to him and he's been good to me. We've always had a decent relationship and I respected him." But then the tone shifts. "I hate seeing those photos come out of him." Bill Clinton, once described as a friend like so many others, was eventually thrown out of Mar-a-Lago. And according to statements now being reviewed, that decision was made at the direct instruction of the president, involving multiple agencies. That detail alone raised eyebrows. Now here's where everything explodes, behind the scenes. The White House is reportedly in full-blown panic mode. Why? Because Bill Clinton is no longer staying quiet. Instead, he's essentially saying, if we're releasing Epstein files, then release all of them, including anything tied to Trump and Epstein Island. And from that moment on, the situation spirals. The rollout has been chaotic, loud, and all-consuming, dragging in everyone from Donald Trump to Pam Bondi to the Department of Justice itself. Speculation is spreading fast, and many believe it's only a matter of time before Pam Bondi responds publicly or drops a statement, because her name is now being mentioned directly. The pressure isn't theoretical anymore, it's very real. If you missed how this started, here's what happened. Late Friday, the DOJ released thousands of Epstein-related documents. Almost immediately, old photos of Bill Clinton flooded the internet. Scroll after scroll there, he is traveling with Epstein, hanging out, lounging. Captured in moments from years ago that many people hadn't thought about in a long time. When asked directly about the allegations and his connection to Jeffrey Epstein, Clinton's response was short and firm. No. But the internet didn't stop. What truly unsettled people wasn't just the photos, it was how they were released. No explanation, no context. Just a late Friday drop that felt less like transparency and more like a strategic dump. Leaving the internet to do what it always does: speculate, connect dots, and assume the worst. And let's be honest, those images of Clinton in a pool with Ghislaine Maxwell, they do not help his case at all. Instead of laying low and waiting for the storm to pass, Clinton's team decided to go on offense. By Monday, his spokesperson, Angel Urena, came out swinging, demanding that all Epstein-related files connected to Clinton be released immediately. That's when people paused, because this wasn't just release the files, it went further. Urena openly criticized the DOJ's release strategy, saying it made it look like someone not Clinton was being protected. He didn't even need to name names. The implication landed instantly. "We don't know who. We don't know why," he said, "but we do know this: we need no such protection." Then came the direct challenge. Urena publicly called on Donald Trump to instruct Pam Bondi to release any and all remaining materials that mention or show Bill Clinton. And make no mistake, that wasn't a request. That was a dare. The message was clear: if you have everything, release everything. If you don't, people are going to assume the selective release is intentional. That's where the panic rumors really took off, because the files that were released came without explanation. Just a quiet Friday night photo dump. Clinton's team clocked that immediately. Urena pointed out that the White House didn't sit on these files for months, just to suddenly drop them to protect Clinton, according to him. This is about protecting themselves from what comes next, or from what they plan to bury permanently. That line hit hard, and suddenly everyone was asking the same question. If this isn't about Bill Clinton, then who is it about? Comments flooded social media. One viral post kept resurfacing. Trump isn't saying anything because he's in a bad situation with these files. Whether people agree or not, that's the energy dominating the conversations. Timing and selective disclosure. He was at Epstein's Island a lot, Trump once said. "I wasn't. I never went there. A lot of people did." Doge quickly moved to defend itself, stating that more than 200 lawyers are working non-stop to review the documents. They claimed redactions were limited strictly to what the law requires: victim identities. Privileged Materialand insisted no redactions were made to shield powerful or politically exposed individuals. But here's the problem. A law signed by Trump in November required all Epstein-related files to be released by December 19th. What the public has seen so far isn't even close to complete. Victims are furious. Lawmakers are frustrated. And some Epstein survivors are now saying their identities were exposed in supposedly protected documents or acquitted documents, directly undermining the DOJ's claim that victim safety is the priority. It's incredibly frustrating. One survivor said, "The release feels incomplete. It's hard to navigate. We're just taking it one day at a time and hoping justice actually prevails." Now everyone is angry, and right in the middle of the firestorm is Pam Bondi, the official, being publicly pressured to release whatever's left. Clinton's team is asking a pointed question. Clinton has been cleared repeatedly under administrations from both parties. What exactly are you implying by dropping these photos without context now? Because Clinton has been investigated for years, yet suddenly old images are being recycled like breaking evidence, while other names barely appear, are heavily redacted. That's why many people believe this isn't about transparency at all. It's about narrative control, and not everyone feels sympathy for Clinton. One viral comment said, "Oh, poor Bill being picked on." This is the same guy who had Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office. Cry harder. That sentiment exists too, but this moment isn't about defending Clinton blindly. It's about questioning why this rollout looks the way it does and who benefits from it. If transparency were truly the goal, why not release everything at once? Why a late Friday dump? Why photos without explanation? Why promises of more weeks? After a legal deadline already passed? That's when people stopped giving the DOJ the benefit of the doubt. Speculation escalated. Maybe this isn't about paperwork delays? Maybe Pam Bondi is under intense pressure behind the scenes. Career threats, political leverage, worse. Look at the names involved. People aren't irrational for believing someone does not want the full list released cleanly. Things got even darker when Bondi publicly urged more victims to come forward. On the surface, that sounds supportive. Online, the reaction was brutal. One comment read, translation, "If any victims want to mysteriously disappear, please contact us." That's how broken trust is right now. Another widely shared comment, accused the DOJ of killing probes, issuing 0 new indictments, and selectively pursuing political targets while powerful figures remain untouched. Officials keep insisting victims are protected. Investigations stall. Indictments vanish. Survivors say their information leaked. And now there's even talk of pardons. Then headlines appear claiming there's no credible evidence others were involved. And people laugh. After photos, emails, flight logs, settlements, and sworn statements, that answer doesn't land. So when people say the White House looks panicked, they're not just reacting to Bill Clinton speaking up. They're reacting to a rollout that feels sloppy, delayed, selective, and deeply calculated, no matter how you interpret Clinton's move deflection, self-preservation, or a genuine call out. One thing is undeniable. This file drop did not calm anything down. It poured gasoline on an already raging fire. And now that Pam Bondi has been named directly, the pressure is officially on. Because when a former president says, release everything, and the DOJ doesn't immediately comply, that silence speaks louder than any document ever could.